Well, a very good morning, everybody, for Monday, the 20th of September. A nice day in store today. High pressure sitting out out towards the Azores and Azores High, and just a bit of a slackening of the isobars out towards the West Country, though we are sort of wedged in between this sort of warm front, which will sort of cause issues out to the east. But out to the west, improving conditions, maybe even the chance of some reasonable cumulus. With those winds, it is going to be northerly. That is a good direction for once here at Lasham to have the air mass coming from. And over the next couple of days, it sort of lightens off again tomorrow, and same on Wednesday and Thursday. Thursday starts to get a bit more breezy, but on the whole, this week looking a little bit better, at least for this time of year. Those winds, I was saying, definitely northerly. Always a bit of a challenge getting off the ground and landing back here. Ever so slightly trending northwesterly for most of the day, with 350 appearing on most of the charts. Hopefully not any stronger than 15 knots. I know it's occasionally just gusting out there to about 10 knots on the ground. If we look at the public forecast to help us, you'll see, sort of northerly at 9 knots. Sunny, clear day all day, and reasonable visibility as well, and gusts not particularly strong. Top temperature of 18 or 19 degrees. Just caution though, towards the end of the day, that's wind may sort of continue to veer around, and we might see it go to a northeasterly, but I'm hoping to sort of stick it out on 2.7 today and just keep with the with the northerly wind there. Satellite picture is sort of very indicative of what's going on, much easier to forecast than yesterday, of which I think we got the afternoon. We were sort of a better afternoon we were expecting yesterday afternoon, but yesterday morning was really, really tricky, and it cleared up at times, and it absolutely threw it down for no apparent reason other than the fact there was a cold front, so it consistently sort of filming, boarding and everything like that. But yes, for today, nice and clear over the task area and out towards the northwest. Just that line of cloud just out towards West London and just into Cambridgeshire, but pretty good in comparison. That sunshine should mean we see 20 degrees hopefully today, and dew points being a better air mass, and after that cold front went through yesterday, dew points down to about 8 or 9 degrees, so a reasonable split as well. Currently at Lasham, we have a temperature of 12 and a dew point of 9, and outside it's almost cab okay. The odds are sort of spattering a cumulus, which is about, but nothing particularly significant at the moment, which is exactly what we want. We don't want anything getting too excited at this time of the day. Looking at Southampton, they're forecasting northwesterly winds of 4,000 feet, and cab okay is what they have at the moment. Similarly at Farnborough, same story. A few at 900 feet there, but again northwesterly, few at 4,000, and Odium generally saying something similar. So yep, fairly easy day to forecast today. Bright blue and a bit of cumulus a bit later. Sounding at Larkhill shows that it shouldn't take too much to get cumulus. Maybe what temperature is it now? 12 degrees. Probably as we get towards sort of 14, 15 degrees, we should start seeing cumulus. An inversion at about sort of 5,000 feet maybe. They're not a particularly strong inversion, but no risk of showers today either. And with those lines as they are, as we look at the actual soundings or predicted soundings for later, we should see a reasonable sort of cumulus base at about 3,500 feet for most of the day, if not slightly higher. Top Meteo predicts, and I'm today, due to this air mass, I'm willing to bargain a little bit more with Top Meteo. It looks very good over the Welsh Hills. In our area, we're just on the edge. Really depends how far Top Meteo thinks the cloud's going to be to the east, but I'm not expecting it to drift back over us. So out towards sort of Salisbury up to Devizes, maybe even to Oxford. No further east than Oxford though, but out into the Cotswolds looking reasonably nice. And with a start time, let's start at midday. Blue to shallow Q in our area, probably only to about 2,500 feet, but out into sort of the western bits of Hampshire and into Berkshire and Wiltshire, we should see probably around 3,000 feet. Quickly improving by 1 o'clock. over a reasonable area. We're seeing sort of 3,000 to 3,500 feet. And by later in the afternoon round here, we probably will actually see sometimes cloud bases of around 4,000 to 4,500 feet, with sort of 1 to 2/8 cumulus, maybe even a bit more than that. This is showing the blue as you go west, but the soundings look like there's a reasonable chance of cumulus. And as that goes through the day, obviously quite a quick shut off now, so you'll want to be heading back by about 5:30, definitely to be on the ground at Lasham. But yeah, in our area, we're looking at a reasonable cloud base of about 4,500 feet at the end. And oh no, it's logged me out. Who's done that? Let's go back. There we go. No, it's Saturday. We don't want that. And yeah, reasonable cross-country speeds and sort of 2 to 3 knot climbs up to 3,500 feet above Lasham, so 4,000 feet above the ground, and top temperature of 20 degrees. This showing it to be a bit more easterly, but I don't think that's the case. Top Meteo always gets the wind slightly out. So all in all, quite a reasonable day, considering what September and August have been like. 2 soundings I predicted 2 o'clock at Fairford, probably the peak of the day today, 4,000 feet with reasonable chance of cumulus with 20 degrees, and a reasonable inversion to stop anything else building up there, and dew point of about 10. And Lark Hill, reasonably similar, maybe just a tad lower, but again, reasonable chance of cumulus, dew point of just about 10 and temperature of about 20. So yeah, anything out in that area out towards the northwest looking reasonably good. Airspace today, usual Farnborough Solent. There is an oil spill exercise going off the south coast of the Isle of Wight, but I don't think that will worry you too much. But if anybody does go down to the Isle of Wight, giving into Northerly, just keep an eye out for that. Also on the Isle of Wight is the final day of the Hangover. That's the Isle of Wight Music Festival, which is active till midday today. So just keep an eye out for that. I think it'll be gone by the time anybody gets down there. Fairford active all day today. Yeah. Actually, no, Fairford active till 12, but lightly active most of the day. So just keep an eye out for that. And usual Salisbury Plain, NOTAMs, paragliding going on near Keevil. 15, yeah, more paragliders in Dorset. Yes, nothing particularly significant other than that. Usual aerobatics at Sywell. And 28 and 30 being paragliders in Wales. Yeah, so lots and lots of paragliders, which is unsurprising today. But I imagine there'll be some along the ridge at Revar Hill too. So reasonable day. Operational challenges, obviously, the crosswind today, but we'll get away with 2.7. The bigger problem today is the number of jet movements. Before I hear you all groan, we didn't have that many in August, so I am willing to tolerate some. So our next jet movement, because we have one at about 8:30 this morning, the next one is about 1 o'clock, a Airbus 319 going to East Midlands, and then we have a 737 going to Stansted. There might be a third one, but I have not as of yet, and if I check, I have not as of yet had any further information to give me any sort of better idea of if that will happen. So just plan on the 2 at the moment. If there's a large amount of you wanting to launch sort of close to that 1 o'clock, I may recommend forming a grid. That might just ease the pressure off a bit. If anybody was around Thursday, they'll know how sort of annoying it was that we had to get off the runway as the conditions got good. So just keep that in mind. I do have 3 tugs available, but yeah, you may want to grid if that suits you better, and that you're going to launch close to 1 o'clock, because we don't really want to get tangled up in that airliner. And there will be a closure for lunch at some point around the airliner. So yeah, we'll keep an eye out for that. But yeah, we'll be on 2.7. Should be a really nice day. Enjoy it, and I'll see you out on the field. Bye for now.